So this conversation is for anyone who is wondering like why they are just like stuck in the place, or they're trying to figure out how to maneuver their life in a way that can help them move beyond being stuck. So if that's you, then listen up, because this conversation will serve you. So we all have an inner monologue. Everyone has an inner monologue. We're always, and this is not like a crazy thing, right? I was about to say we're always hearing voices, but we're not hearing voices. We're hearing our voice. And we're hearing the voice of different thoughts, of different memories, of things that's just going on. This isn't hokey pokey. This isn't mysticism. This is something that just happens to human beings. And the conversation that's going on in your head all of the time could either be positive or it could be negative, right? So positive and negative self-talk is a thing, right? It's a scientific concept. And if we look at just the term positive or negative, you can kind of understand or uncover the definition. But positive self-talk supports you in moving from where you are to where you want to be. It supports you in what you want in life and who you are in your life. Positive self-talk can come in the form of, you look pretty today. Oh, you got this. Or everything's going to work out for your good. Those are some examples of positive self-talk. We also have negative self-talk. And negative self-talk, we're going to focus the majority of this conversation on that, because negative self-talk provides reasons why you can't move forward or move towards what you say you want in life. Typically, these thoughts not only stop you, but they also discourage you. They tend to degrade you, and they could disempower you, causing you to live stuck right where you are. So I said that we're going to focus more so on negative self-talk, because if we have positive self-talk, that's what we want more of. The negative self-talk is something that we want to definitely address, because it is the one thing, there are many things, right? But it is one of the things that could stifle you in your ability for moving beyond where you are to where you want to be. So how can you change negative self-talk? Well, I have 3 ways that you could do it, or it's a 3-step process. One, call it out, right? Most of the time we're having this inner monologue, this conversation with yourself, and you're not aware of it, right? So the first step is just to become aware of the inner monologue and understand and know, what are you saying to yourself? Most often we are not even aware of half of the things that we're saying to yourself. And if we were to actually become aware of it, and I say, call it out, not just become aware of it, but call it out, like say it out. I want you to realize that 90% of the things, of the negative things that you say to yourself, number one, you would never say to somebody else. Like, you would never tell your child. Half of the negative things that you would say to yourself, like, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not worthy, you don't matter, you're dumb, you're stupid. Like, those are things that you would never say to another person. You would never say that to your child. You would never say that to your inner child. So if you call it out, you can know, like, wow, that's really a harsh thing to say. So this is something that you would never say to somebody else. But this is also something that if somebody, now, if you're an adult and somebody said that to you, then fighting words. Like, you're like, who the heck do you think you are? You can't talk to me like that. So I want to encourage you to just become aware of the fact that there are a lot of things that we say to ourselves that, one, we would never say to somebody else, but 2, we would never allow another person to say that and then hold on to that. But there's a reason why we're having this conversation, but we're not going to go down that on this video. There are other videos that can kind of focus on why we have this negative self-talk. So 1, call it out. 2, test it up, right? Test to see if what you're saying to yourself is true. I say put it to a reality test. So if you say you're not pretty, I'm like, well, you look at, well, what does pretty mean? Oh, well, pretty is like nobody likes me, like nobody is attracted to you. And I'm here to say, like, honey, if you ever had anybody who wanted to talk to you, hang out with you, have your phone number, thought you were attractive, wanting to date you, then that right there dispels that conversation, right? I want you to ask yourself, where is this negative phrase not true? Look for data to dispel the negative self-talk. And where have you done the opposite of the negative thought? So he said, oh, you're not pretty. Well, you can find people who have liked you in the past. Maybe a negative self-thought phrase is, I'm stupid or I'm dumb. Well, look for areas where you're not dumb and you're not stupid, areas where you thrive, areas where people look at you and say, how do you do that? Right? So find data that totally dispels this negative self-talk. So you're testing it. So number one, you're going to call it out. Two, you're going to test it up. And then number three, you're going to frame it out. And what I like to say, you're going to reframe it out. So find words that could help you change or shift this negative self-talk into a positive self-talk. And so what you want to do is move from not from a negative perspective all the way to the other side of the spectrum, because that may be too big of a shift for you. You want to move from, say, for example, I'm not pretty to I'm not that bad, or I look okay, right? Or these are the elements of myself that I think are beautiful, right? So find things that you could say about yourself that you can consciously hold on to, and helping your unconscious to pull that in. So we don't want to make too big of a gap. You go from I'm ugly to I'm beautiful, because that may not resonate with your unconscious belief system, because you'll say, oh, I'm beautiful. And then your mind will automatically say, no, you're not, you're not. And you'll automatically go back to those negative thoughts. But if you can look at yourself, and if you truly believe that you're not pretty enough, you can look at yourself and say, well, what are the elements of myself that are beautiful? Maybe you have nice cut arms, right? Maybe you love how your hair looks. Maybe you have a nice physique. Maybe you have a beautiful personality. Maybe you have a warm spirit. Maybe you're somebody who gives mega compliments. You're able to draw people in because of that. Maybe you're somebody who knows how to be in a room and just kind of be themselves and observe everything, right? So look at elements of yourself that are beautiful that you can accept and accentuate those. So that's where you can work to dispel this or to modify the negative self-talk. You call it out, you test it up, and then you frame it out, or what I call you reframe it up, right? So yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, this thing called being human is a beautiful process. One of the main things that we struggle with as humans is that nobody teaches us what it means to be human. And I'm just here to give you a little bit of insight on what that looks like and how it feels, to let you know that you're okay. And everything that you have gone through up until this point has prepared you to move forward powerfully in your life. So I wish you so much success and so much love and self-love and positive self-talk, and allowing yourself to look at those things that you're saying that disempowers you, so you can call it out, test it up, and reframe it so you can live the best life for yourself. Okay, so that's it for today. I am your CODA Coach. I want to say peace. Bye-bye for now. And please remember that you have a choice in the matter. So have a great day on purpose. Bye for now.